EA Sports FC is here and you guys should be looking at foottrading.co.uk. We guarantee you will make millions and millions of coins. We've got people selling the coins they're making for massive, massive profit. We've also got a tournaments area launching. If you fancy yourself as a competitive FIFA player, you'll have the chance to win prizes every single month in our competitive tournaments. We'll be seeding you guys, all that stuff to make sure it is fair for each of you guys to play. And if you sub to the season pass, which will save you about 4 months, if you sub between now and the end of the month, one of you guys will win a copy of EA Sports FC. Chances are you might already have that, so we'll just give you the cash you spent back. It is that simple. Check out Foot Trading, but for now, let's get into the video. Yo, what is up guys? Welcome back to a new video with me, Fuzzball40. Please do subscribe if you're new around here. Click the like button and drop a comment. I will comment back to all of you. And you're near the end now of the giveaway at Foot Trading. If you want to subscribe to the season pass, one of you guys will win FIFA. I assume most of you know you've already got EA Sports, as it's called. So we'll just give you the cash instead. You'll also be able to enter our tournament for next month to win prizes. It's awesome. If I sound iffy and tired, it's because I was up till 3 AM because we had a break-in at our warehouse. So we had to rush up to where it is basically and try and get it sorted out. So if I do sound iffy, I do apologise, but I guess it is what it is. But we're going to talk today about fluctuations. So far this year, I've taught you a lot of low-budget methods to build your coins up. So if you are still quite low budget, any one of the last sort of 4 videos will help you out massively, okay? It really will. But you're starting to build a coin total up now, so I want to talk to you guys about fluctuations. And these can really be done with sort of a mid-budget upwards. And they're really good if you haven't got a lot of time to trade on the game each day to build coins up. You can just make a few quick flips, okay? Now, fluctuations are basically a card rising and dropping in value. And I sum it up twice in 2 ways. The first is natural fluctuations. The second is an artificial fluctuation, okay? So a natural fluctuation is basically anything sort of related to the game cycle each day. So we'll take an example of someone like maybe Michael Owen as an icon. At certain points in the day, he's going to be more expensive and cheaper, okay? So let's think about first thing in the morning. There's not going to be that much demand for him because there's not that many people in the game building teams, improving their teams or whatever. So he'll hold quite low. As the day progresses and more of the world gets onto it, and when I talk about morning, I'm talking about British time, and you get towards sort of 6 PM, there's more people in the game. What will then happen though is that people will open up packs at 6 PM and it will cause maybe a little drop in him as people list and underlist each other, okay? And they undercut each other, and it brings him down to what we call a low point. Once that happens, and the packs stop being opened after 6 PM, people start to build their teams and he will slowly but gradually rise again to a certain point, okay? And your job is to buy those cards at their lows and sell them at their highs. Now, you can do this with gold cards. You can do it with anything. I did it with Bon Matti and made 25k. A Hadji, I've done it with a Hierro. I've done it with Brolin. I've done it with loads of players. I'm going to show you the website. So if you're a website subscriber, we do all the tracking for you. You haven't got to worry. We track player version, or the name obviously, current price, low point, for example. And what we're interested here is the percentage from low point for someone like Michael Owen. So we'll see here, the Michael Owen's average over the last 24 hours has been 273. His current price is 238. So we now know that he's under his low point. That doesn't necessarily mean though that we want to guarantee and go and buy him. So we're going to head over to the game and we're going to take a little look. And what you'll see is that as this price has been done, probably someone might be smart enough to buy that 238. We'll go and find out if they have indeed. Michael Owen. Someone might have gone, actually, that's a low price for him, it's a low point, so I'm interested in him. So they have, his 240 though is still good. So what I'd now start to think about is, okay, cool, how many Michael Owens are there in and around his low point? So maybe a little bit above it, a little bit below it. And there aren't too many. So I would now sit here and I would compare price back out and I'd look for anything to pop at maybe 235, maybe a little bit lower than that, knowing that his average has been about 260 to 270 and I'm going to make decent profit in the long term, okay? I think long term, you're probably talking 6 hours realistically. Division Rival Rewards today would have brought the price down of some of these cards. It would have made them cheaper because there's supply of people opening up packs, okay? Now, the aim of fluctuations at the moment is not to hold your cards for too long. You can do fluctuations by looking at FootWiz, okay? It's a lot slower, but some of you don't want to buy the site or can't afford to, which is fine. So I want to show you how you would do this with the site, without the site. You go to Michael Owen, and it will tell you again, like we said, 238 was one on there, 240, 245. And you look at his sort of graph for the days, and you see that his general trend has been upwards. He has dipped off a little bit since then. And obviously with the sort of panic for road to knockouts, he's really seeing a bit of a hammering. But you'll be able to see these natural fluctuations of his card price every single day as he drops and climbs and drops and climbs. And he's at a massive low right now compared to where he was. So someone like Michael Owen or Icons and whatnot may be good to buy into at this point because they are really, really, really far down. The only thing you've got to bear in mind is that tomorrow there's going to be promo packs, okay? But these are natural fluctuations of these cards. If you go and have a look at someone like Nunes, okay? We've got him on the website as well. We've 19k at the moment. And we're going to go look at his hourly graphs. And you're going to see, again, natural fluctuations throughout the day of up and down, up and down. Obviously, a big dip here on the Thursday, 3 o'clock in the morning before he sort of climb back again, back up, back down again. So again, what we call relatively natural fluctuation. At the moment, he's 19k, but I can guarantee you when the rival wars were first around and first opened up, he probably got down to 16k, give or take. Actually, we did pick him up at 16k on the website. So he got down low. He got down very, very low. He then bounces back to 19k. You bought into loads of it, 16k. You've made 2,000 coins profit a card. Fluctuations are really, really that simple. Where you have to be careful with fluctuations is the fact that artificial fluctuation happens. So if we go back to this game and we have a little look, when we talk about artificial fluctuations, we're talking about multiple things, but really it is SBC content. So Kevin De Bruyne coming out could potentially affect the price of the Kevin De Bruyne gold card. But what it could also do is affect the price of cards that link to Kevin De Bruyne, the likes of Doku, the likes of Walker, these cards that people go and do De Bruyne's SBC and think, right, I'm going to link up Man City players or maybe Belgian players, and that will cause their fluctuation on their other cards to rise, or in Kevin De Bruyne's gold card case, potentially to drop. And they are artificial ones. They're only happening because of content on the game. Stefania Bernini caused Bonmati to really, really take a hammering, and she was already on the way down because the market trend was gradually down anyway. So someone like Bernini caused an artificial fluctuation in Bonmati. Doesn't mean that it's a bad fluctuation, it just means it's been caused by something, and that's all you need to really worry about, is it's been caused by something. The next sort of artificial fluctuation that I would deem to be artificial anyway is panic. So at the moment we're seeing road to knockout sort of stuff coming out on the game, people are aware of it, people also know other people are going to come onto the game. So everyone's been a bit panicky, and someone starts listing up their cards, someone looks and sees that card's come down in value, they start listing up their card. This isn't a natural fluctuation of the card, this is people panicking and selling the card usually for less than the card is worth, okay? And sometimes panic can be a brilliant place to buy in. So again, I'll just show you a couple of cards from yesterday. Again, we picked them all up on the website. You'll be able to go and see on the website, as you'll see low points and high points. So if we look to someone like, I don't know, I want to give you a really good example here. So I want to give you a really, really good example. Don't want to give Kochawi, she's just come back into packs. I mean, Darwin Nunes is there, but I want to find a really good... Vincent Kompany is a really good example. He is down quite significantly at the moment, okay? And he was from a high point of 911,000. He's down quite a bit. Now, if you bought him at 840 and sold him at 900, you're not really making that much profit for that investment. But he got hammered, and he got hammered really, really quickly, along with a lot of cards when we found out that there was going to be no foot champs. So a lot of these cards got hammered in that exact moment there when the EA turned around and said, there's no foot champs, by the way, just so you're all aware, there will be no foot champs. And he dipped, and then he did recover. He recovered quickly. So there's artificial fluctuation down because EA said no foot champs are coming before he then boomed again. He then dipped again as people realised actually rival awards are coming and it's kept him down in price. But a lot of the cards did this yesterday. They got hammered because EA announced there's going to be no early weekend league this year. We all sort of thought that was coming, but again, announcement of no weekend league, Rashford, boom, bombs. Absolute bombs. And then what happens? Recovers. So in these moments when that happens, there are coins to be made. And you've just got to have the coin total at the time to go and buy into one of these cards. Now, Rashford, if you bought him at low at 219, sold him at 250, you're looking at a good sort of, 25k profit a card, give or take. It's not bad at all. It's really not bad profit to be making. But that's decent. Obviously, not all of you guys are going to have money to spend on someone like a Rashford. Some of you might have enough to buy a few Musa Diabis at 59k. And again, what happened yesterday? EA announces that there's going to be no foot champs. Bang, he goes down. Rebounds again, drops back down again overnight, less demand, starts to climb again, okay? Now, the gaps here aren't really big enough, if you look at this graph, to tell you that he's a good buy. Now, what we do on the website is we track the exact price of his low. This is an average price. So he was on average 56,750. What it won't tell you is that at a time, people were listing them for 53 and 54. So you can make a profit. And here's the average for the high of 61. What it won't tell you is that some people were selling at 62, 63. So when you start to get the bigger picture, there's actually a lot more coins to make in this gap because you're able to pick them up a little bit lower. When Bonmati dropped and then bounced back after Benini came out, she was an unbelievable card to trade with that day. And if we look at the day that Benini came out, there was an absolute hammering of her price at that point to a low of 263. But that's not her price. I got her at 250, okay? And then the recovery was 282. I sold her at 290. It doesn't give you the actual guaranteed prices, and that's why the website's better than Footwiz, because we cover all those prices properly for you, the lows and the highs of that day, so you can keep an eye on it, okay? But again, another example of a great fluctuation card. Hammered, down, bounces back, hammered down, bounces back, hammered down, again, bounces back. She's a really, really good card to trade with. And again, just remember that the prices you're seeing there are averages, not highs and lows. It's just an average of the high and average of the low. But that's fluctuation trading in general. Now, you can do it with lower cards, and some of the cards that I think are going to be best to do it with is cards like Ansu Fati when everyone is on the game. Everybody knows by now Relentless Winger is a massive, massive evolution to do. And when everyone gets on the game, 90% are going to do something that, and for Relentless Winger, that is a very, very good card, okay? So someone like Ansu Fati has big fluctuations all the time, okay? So dips off, bounce back, dips off, bounce back. He has massive fluctuations, okay? These are huge fluctuations. And this you can see, yesterday 6 p.m. comes, people open up packs, he then bounces back really nicely. I think that's going to keep happening from maybe the next 5 days. I think we're going to keep seeing that happen because I reckon on Friday you're going to get loads of people on. All these really low rated guys like Fati, Werner, Nunez, they're all going to get pack lows, drop. Everyone's going to want to do it for Evolution, so they boom, then they drop, then they boom. It's going to continually happen. I think these are great, especially if you're sort of lower budget. These are going to be good cards to trade with. But that is fluctuations in a nutshell, and that is how you make investments on this game, whether it's short term, long term. It is so, so easy to do, okay? It's so easy to do. So you can make 500k a day once your coin total gets big enough to really get you there. You can do that easily. Every single day, once you've got to the point that you've got a lot of coins, you'll be able to smash that out. But even now, you can make 50, 100k a day if you haven't got tons of time to trade on the game. If you're new around here, make sure you subscribe down below. Make sure notifications are turned on so you never miss an upload. But for now, I'm out. Peace out. I'll speak to you soon.